Enroll your child for the Manifested e-learning platform and see their grades grow tremendously. These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a cost-friendly format.
Hello learners, welcome back to Manifested e-learning platform. I'm Philip, your social studies teacher. And we are still in physical environment, covering the map. Physical environment. We are still in physical environment. Physical environment. And in today's session, we shall be majoring on administration. 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 What do I mean by administration? Administration in a map means who's in charge of that area. Remember, each area has to have somebody who is in charge. And those people who are in charge of areas or certain areas of given jurisdiction, we call them administrators. And to start, let us write the administration hierarchy that we have. For instance, if we normally, the smallest hierarchy we have is a village. A village. Many villages makes a sublocation. Sublocation. Many villages makes a sublocation. Many sublocation makes a location. Many location makes a division. Makes a division. Many division used to make a district, but right now they make what we call a sub-county. Sub-county. And many sub-county, of course, will make a county. And in case you'd want to add another one, is that many counties makes a country. Many counties make a country. This is the administration hierarchy. That's the very first thing that we are supposed to know. Maybe before we illustrate whatever we are doing here in a map. This is administration hierarchy, and maybe to give them the titles of the people who are in charge of these hierarchies. Who is in charge of a village? This one is a village headman or elders. Okay, this one depends on the community. Some community have village elders, others have village headmen as the people who are in charge of that village. Sublocation, we have an assistant chief. Assistant chief. We used to call him a sub-chief, but that word sub no longer exists. We use assistant chief. And location, we have a chief. This one still is under a chief. A division was under a DO. That is a district officer. District officer. District officer. District officer. DO. But in the due dispensation, he is called ACC. Assistant County Commissioner. Assistant County Commissioner. Then we have sub-county. Sub-county, we have sub-county commissioner. Sub-county commissioner. Also known as deputy county commissioner. Sub or deputy. Or deputy. Sub or deputy county commissioner, deputy county commissioner or sub county commissioner for sub county. And county, we have county commissioner. County commissioner. County commissioner. And I want to sound a very early warning. When we are talking about administration in the county, we don't talk about the governor. That is the biggest mistake pupils make when it comes to the hierarchy of administration. Administration are the people who represent the national government in an area. And here they are. They represent the national government in an area. They represent the president in an area. In county, who represent the national government? County commissioner, not the governor. The governor is the head of the county, but not the senior administrator. Administrator are the people who represent the national government and the president in an area. So county commissioner is the administrator of the county. Not the head of the county, the administrator of the county. Sub-county commissioner or deputy county commissioner, he's the administrator of the sub-county. District officer or the assistant county commissioner, he's in charge of the division. Chief, in charge of the location. Assistant chief, in charge of the sub-location. Village headman of the village elders, in charge of the village. What are they supposed to do as they represent the national government in those areas? In most cases, they are in charge of security. Security. So who is in charge of security in a village? Village elders. They are the people who are supposed to arrange for the security. In the sub-location, who is in charge of security? Is the administrator there, assistant chief. Who is in charge of security in a location? It is the administrator of the location. Who is the chief? These people are in charge of security. And it is very, very important to note their work is to provide security in that area. Security. Security in that area. So this is the first step. The hierarchy of the administration. The areas, the administrators. And I'm very specific. I'm not using the name heads. The administrators. Because this one is administration hierarchy. Now, let's go to the map. Using the information here. And we are supposed to know who is the administrator of a map, a given map. So when the question is getting to know the administrator of a certain area, there are two things that can tell you. There are two things that can indicate or can help you identify who is the administrator of an area. Which are those two things, or who are those two people, or which are the two things? Number one, we use offices. Offices or an office. If you want to know who is an administrator of an area, go for the office in that map, in that area. If there is no map, then go for the boundary. Go for the boundary. These two things are the ones that will tell you this area is headed by who? This area is headed by who? Or again, they will also tell you this area is likely to be which area? Is it a location? Is it a sublocation? Is it a county? Is it a sub-county? So let's start from the office. Let's mention something about using an office or offices if they are many in a map. Let me give an example. We have a map here. We have a map here, for instance. We have a map here. This is a very good map that we can use to demonstrate. And we have a chief camp there. We have a chief camp there. A chief camp is an office. Now that we want to know the administrator using the office. So who is the administrator of this area? Using the office, we have an office of a chief camp. Chief camp is for a chief. So the person in charge, they are in charge of administering this area is a chief, because we have a chief camp. We have used an office. But I have to mention something else about an office. What if there were two chief camps? Our first example, there was only one office, so the administrator was a chief. Now, our second example, we have now two chief camps, or maybe 3 or 4. That means this area is made up of 2 locations, because chief is the head of location. 2 chiefs, 2 locations. 2 chiefs, 2 locations. A location, many locations, makes a division. So this area is no longer now a location. Let us do like it is a mathematical question. 1 chief camp, this area is headed by a chief because it is a location. That was example number 1. Example number 2, let me use a different color. Example number 2, what if there are 2 chief camp? What if there are 2 chief camp? A chief camp plus a chief camp, that means that area is a division. A chief camp plus a chief camp, that's a division. Who is the head of a division? A DO. A DO. Or in the due dispensation, ACC, Assistant County Commissioner. Now, another example about the same. What if there was 2 chiefs camp, and somewhere in the middle or somewhere in the map there is CC, standing for County CCO, County Commissioner's Office. County Commissioner's Office. In that sense, you go for the highest office in that map. You will not now go for the chief's camps, you will go for the ultimate, the highest office in the map. So this area, if it has a CCO, that is County Commissioner's Office, this means this is a county and it is headed by a county commissioner. A county commissioner is headed by a county commissioner. These are the 3 things that you really need to differentiate when it comes to using of an office or offices to know the administrator. We started, if it is 1 chief camp, the area is a location, the head is a chief. If they are 2, you do some mathematical additional. A chief camp plus a chief camp. Or a chief plus a chief, that's a DO. A chief camp plus a chief camp, that's a division. According to the hierarchy. But if there are more than one office and they are different office, you go for the highest office in the area. You go for the highest office in the area. Now, using a boundary, let's go now to using of a boundary to get the administrator. Using boundaries. Using a boundary. 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 Let us now illustrate. We have illustrated how you use an office to get the administrator and the area. Let us now illustrate how to use a boundary. Number one, for a start, let us have an example of a map. Let me have a simple map. A simple map. Matter of fact, I can have several. Let me have like three maps so that I can demonstrate using different maps. We want to use a boundary, not an office this time round. A boundary to know who is in charge of the administration and also to know that area is likely to be a what? Let us have a boundary there. A boundary there. It doesn't have to be one line of a boundary. It can be like this one, for instance. A boundary can be dividing that area into several subsections. It can be, these are examples of boundaries in an area. Boundaries in an area. And it can be dividing an area into very many sections. Now, this is a boundary, this is another boundary, this is another boundary. This one is dividing this area into 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. 1, 2, 3 sections. 1, 2 sections. These are boundaries. What will you do with the boundary to get to know the administrator? First thing first, go to the key. Remember, each map has a key. Go to the key and identify which type of boundary is this one. For instance, this one is a sublocation. According to the key, this one is a sublocation boundary. Sublocation boundary. According to the key of this map, this is a sublocation boundary. What's the meaning of that? That means that this is a sublocation 1, this is sublocation 2. Because these are it is dividing, the location is a sublocation boundary. So this is a sublocation, this is another sublocation. And if this is a sublocation and this one is a sublocation, then sublocation plus a sublocation, we have a location. So the area is a location. And a location is headed by a chief. Using boundary is very, very simple. Let's go maybe to the second boundary, and you go to the key. The key of this map again, maybe this one, it is a divisional boundary. Is a divisional boundary. According to the key of this map, this is a divisional boundary. Where did you get the name divisional boundary? From the key. So this is probably division 1, division 2, division 3. Many division makes a sub-county. So this area will be a sub-county headed by a sub-county commissioner. Headed by a sub-county commissioner. Very, very simple. Very, very simple using the boundary. Using the boundary, that this one will be a sub-county commissioner or a deputy county commissioner. I have another example for you here. You go to the key and what you find is this kind of boundary. And this boundary is written sub-county boundary. According to the key of this particular map, this boundary is sub-county boundary. Sub-county boundary. The key of this particular map tells you that these are sub-county boundary. So this one will be sub-county 1, sub-county 2, sub-county 3, sub-county 4. Many sub-counties make a county. So the whole of this area will be a county. And who is the head of a county? A county commissioner. A county commissioner in charge of the security. In charge of the security in that area. Now, that is exactly what you are supposed to know about administration. It's very, very simple. First of all, the hierarchy of administration, all the way from the village to the county, and the administrators. And I've explained, administrators, they represent the national government in those specific areas. And that is why in our administration, there is nowhere we have written the governor. These are national government administrators, and we have pointed out what they are supposed to do. And we have said that if you want to know who is an administrator of a certain area, or better still, if you want to know which area it is, there are 2 clues that you are supposed to use. Number 1, offices. Or number 2, boundaries. And we have gone through the office, and we have said, if there is a single office, it is simple. If it is a chief camp and it is only one of them, then the area is a location and the administrator is a chief. What if there are 2 chiefs camp and no other office? Then simple mathematics. Very, very simple mathematics. A chief camp plus another chief camp, that means there are 2 chiefs, and 2 chiefs will not be the head of a location. Now we have a division, and a division is under district officer or assistant county commissioner. What if there are more than 1 office that are not the same? Simple. Go for the highest office according to the hierarchy. If there is an office of, there is a sublocation office, there is a location office, there is a division office, or probably there is also another sub-county office, you go for the highest. You go for the highest. And when we are using the boundary, we have said the main point is, first of all, identifying which boundary it is. Where will you get that interpretation from? From the key. So we have said, for instance, example number 1, this was a sublocation boundary, meaning this one is sublocation 1, sublocation 2. Many sublocations will make a location, and a location is headed by a chief. In the second example, I've given that this boundary is a divisional boundary, meaning this division 1, probably division 2, division 3. Many divisions will go to a sub-county. So this area is a sub-county under sub-county commissioner. And I've said he doesn't have to be a sub-county commissioner. Sometimes he will be a deputy county commissioner. And lastly, we have said maybe this one is a sub-county boundary, dividing this area into 4 sub-counties. Sub-county 1, sub-county 2, sub-county 3, sub-county 4. Many sub-counties, according to our hierarchy, we go to a county. So this area is a county, and a county is under county commissioner in charge of security in that area, in representing the national government, representing the president. And that is that for administration. Maybe for your personal work, for your revision exercise, can have something for you. And please remember to submit your work into this platform. Your assignment, let me give you a simple assignment so that you can use the knowledge that we have an assignment. The assignment that maybe, let's have a map. Let us have 2 map. Let us have 2 map. Let's have 2 map so that at least one for the boundary, one for the office, one for the boundary, one for the office. And our boundary looks something like that. And our offices here, we can use a chief camp there and a sub-county office there. Chief's camp, sub-county office there. And your simple question will be, here, let me use red. Question 1. This area is likely to be a what? Which kind of an area is this one? Is it a village? Is it a county? Is it a division? Question 2 here. Question 2 here. And question 2 is who is the senior? Who is the senior administrator of the above area? Of the above area. Who is the senior administrator? But here about the second one, I have to mention maybe this one is a locational boundary. Is a locational boundary. Is a locational boundary. I have to give you, now that there is no key, I have to mention which type of a boundary it is so that you can be able to make your judgment correctly. So these 2 examples are enough to give you an oversight of what we have gone through. Question number 1, this area is likely to be a what? You have the offices. Chief's camp's office, sub-county offices. So with the knowledge we have learned, you can be able to get that one at ease. Number 2, using a boundary now. Who is the senior administrator of the above area? Who is in charge of administration in this area? Perhaps I would have said this is area A, area B. And with that, our lesson is over. Please submit this one in our platform. God bless you. See you in our next session. Adios.